Nope, this won't do. Perfect. In this collecting game, we all have specific criteria as to what we will and won't buy, and here are mine. Within this comic collecting community, we often hear the phrase low grade is better than no grade, and for the most part that is right, but there are always conditions to this rule. For example, a book's age. A modern book fresh off the shelf has no reason to be anything less than high grade in my opinion, and by high grade I am of course talking 9.4 or above. However, as time passes and these books slowly age and become more scarce, it's reasonable to assume that the overall condition and grade will begin to suffer, especially when dependent on how a book is stored within a storage unit or personal collection. Therefore, with modern books aside, when we look at bronze, silver and dare I say golden age books, low grade is often, as they say, better than no grade at all. However, again there are caveats that need to be addressed, at least to me. So before we continue, please let me stress that these are my terms when it comes to buying books and should not be taken as any form of gatekeeping. I am in no way telling you guys how to collect or what you should or shouldn't be spending your money on. This is just what I personally consider to be a deal breaker for me in my collection, and as you will see within this video, even I somewhat contradict myself with these rules. So my collection is pretty much low to mid grade. Now granted, I do indeed have modern books, and those I'd hope, as stated before, are high grade, but for the core bulk of my valuable books, they are all mid to low grade. A lot of my Silver Age keys range from 0.5 to 7.5, with the majority comfortably sitting at the 5.0 to 6.0 mark. So that's my grades and I'm happy with those, but let's take a look at CGC labels and other defects when it comes to books. As time has gone on, I have come to realise that I have no issue with missing ad pages, providing that they don't affect the story. And though these would see me receive a green label from CGC, I would be happy with that, if I were to send them in. After all, I'd rather have the true condition of the book noted on the label, rather than the lower grade simply because I prefer the colour blue. That to me just seems like a no-brainer, but hey, if you want that blue label to match the others, you do you. So it goes without saying, I guess, that the other missing piece that I would allow in my book, should I be okay with ad pages being missing, is of course the Marvel value stamp. It never made sense to me that someone would rather have a stamp-sized piece missing from the cover of their book, rather than the stamp being missing inside. This is especially confusing when we consider that you are actually encapsulating the book, and the cover is all you will ever see. So, missing ad pages and missing value stamps. These are things that I will allow within my books, only on the occasion however that I know that they are absent at the time of purchasing and that they don't affect the story. But that's things missing from books. What about when things are added? I'll be honest guys, this bothers me even less. A touch of glue, tape, even minor colour touch, these things don't bother me at all. Again, so long as I know that they are there at the time of purchasing the book. I'm even okay with a date stamp or a small amount of writing on the cover or inside on the splash page. I especially like when this is someone's name. Not someone famous mind, although that's obviously great to have too. No, I like it when it's the owner's name. I love the idea that a young child bought this book off the rack, took it to school and shared or traded it amongst his friends. It's a fun bit of history for that particular book. The final thing I am okay with is missing or replaced staples. In fact, I genuinely believe that the removal of staples can be a good thing, as having additional materials to your collectibles makes it much harder to preserve. So what don't I like? It sounds like I'm okay with pretty much anything in my collection, right? Well, what I don't like, for reasons I'm not entirely sure yet, is trimmed books. There's just something that doesn't gel right with me when it comes to this. I can accept all these other things, but trimming those outer edges just doesn't sit right. Will this opinion ever change? It may very well, but at present my collection does not contain, to my knowledge, any trimmed books. Now, here come the contradictions. Comic book covers. I am oddly okay with coverless books. Now I would not get these graded, no, but I do like having them. I feel like I've rescued them, saved them from the trash as it were. Comics are so much more than their covers. There is so much more great art pieces within a book, and it seems to be a shame to throw it all away due to a missing cover. I mean, it doesn't even affect the story. It's all still there, and I would argue that the story is the most important part of a book. Now with that in mind, please understand that though I am okay with coverless books, I can't at present time state that any of my core collection is coverless. Instead, I have acquired over the years duplicate copies of certain books that just happen to be coverless. So there you have it, my very weird allowances for my collection. As I said at the beginning of the video, please don't take this as a lesson in what you should or shouldn't do as a collector. This is just me and I am in no way telling anyone how they should collect. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you like the insight into my crazy world, then please hit that like button. And also, why not let me know down in the comment section what you would and wouldn't accept when it comes to your own collection. And until next time, I'll see you in another life. Take care.